opportunity to profess a testament to the unsuitability of clay soil for foundations. For those in the know, if you've ever done any research into building, the first thing you're going to encounter is, of course, your foundation strategy. And what that entails is a study of the soil on the property or the area where you wish to build. And the best case scenario, I believe, is sand, like nice, coarse, porous sand, because it will pack down nicely. It doesn't shift or expand. Water will flow straight through it. I believe that's your best case scenario. And then on that gradient is all the way to like pure clay and silt. So again, this whole area is referred to, I learned this, just kind of happened across a Ministry of Natural Resources survey of the entire area. And where we are, I think we mentioned this in previous videos, it's a lacustrine plain, which basically means there was this ancient lake here, you know, as a result of the advance and receding of glaciers. When they recede and they melt, this whole area would have been underwater. I don't know if we're talking tens of thousands of years or hundreds of thousands of years, but given the fact that we're sitting on about 185 feet of clay, a very long time, right? And so all this to say, I came to get my tackle box, which I just slid underneath the shipping container last year, and I couldn't actually pull it out. I ended up having to kind of wiggle it, maneuver it, because I had realized that the whole shipping container is sinking into the ground. Now, what we started with is just maybe 2 inches of 3/4 inch clear gravel, right? And put cinder blocks on top of that, and then drop the shipping container on top of that. That was all done in haste. We rushed up here to meet the shipping container that was being delivered in advance of our move. And we didn't really think much far beyond that. We were originally planning on putting in like actual concrete slabs, but we really didn't have the time, nor did I have the confidence to make sure that I had placed it properly in advance of this guy dropping this thing off. If I get anything wrong, you can't exactly move a slab. So last year, I saw that it was sinking. So essentially, these cinder blocks are just getting pushed down through into the soil, and I ended up using my 3-ton floor jack to prop up each corner of the shipping container, and then just put in some more gravel, and then I literally just added additional pieces on top of the cinder block to just prop it up. And so again, this year saw that it was just about the cinder blocks were just about level with the ground. So this time, what I did is we jacked up the front first, pulled the cinder blocks out, dug down to where where the ground had been compacted by the cinder block itself, which is only about 16 by 8 or whatever it is, and then poured about 4 inches of gravel, anywhere from 3/4 inch to about, I guess a little bit smaller than your fist. Once that was done, then I placed a 16 by 16 patio stone on top of that, then the cinder block on top of that, and then shimmed as necessary using my level to make sure that we had the shipping container level, both side to side and back to front. It was an endeavor though, one thing, and it makes perfect sense to those who end up doing this. It really doesn't matter where you put your jack in the front, but it does and it doesn't. Like if you're thinking like you'll just lift one corner and then work with that, it doesn't work that way. The frame is incredibly solid. So if you jack up one corner of this thing, the whole front comes up, right? If I were to jack in the center here on the side or anywhere left or right, it's going to lift the whole thing up from one side. It's just it doesn't sag, it doesn't lean or bend. It's literally a solid box that will just lift up in its entirety. Now, given that, what was happening when I first started, I have a bottle jack that I'm using to lift it, and once it gets extended, if it has any lean whatsoever, right or left, every time you lift, both the feet, so to speak, come off the pads, and it will shift over, and it was starting to walk off the foundations that I built. So it became a little bit tricky. What I ended up doing was digging holes to fit the bottle jack underneath at both sides, and then once I had the pads in place, then I literally needed to straighten it out after it did a little bit of walking. I had to put the jack on its side, like basically set up a platform so the jack itself wouldn't just crank down through the earth. And then once the jack was stabilized and it would extend, have it come in on an angle, hit the corner of the shipping container, and basically lift it up so that I could push it and walk it back into place. So just a word of warning, right? You have to make sure that you check the level before you move these things, because if it's even a little bit off center or off level, even if you jack it from this corner, it'll lift the whole thing up, and gravity will start to shift it over. It was a little alarming at first, but if you take some care, you can kind of manipulate it from side to side or back to front or whatever. But long story long, as we always do, we ended up basically lifting it up an entire depth of a cinder block, so another 10 inches, I guess, in and around. So we can see right under it, and it'll be interesting, going with about twice the footing or 3 times the footing we had before under each corner. I'll be curious to see how much it pushes down in the ground again. I don't expect it's going to stay nice and high like this. I imagine it's going to continue to settle. To what extent, we'll find out. Fun stuff.
We noticed that some of the stones on the path are lifting and or shifting. This will make the shoveling this winter pretty frustrating. We're going to spend some time this week addressing that. Al has a plan to pour cement underneath the smaller stones to bring them together as one piece, but they'll still look like they're separate. This should give them the added weight and stability so that they won't shift underfoot. While we're at it, we want the path to extend to the driveway to protect the grass and make shoveling easier this winter. Eventually, we want to also extend the path back to the woodshed, but this is a lower priority, and we'll see if we have time after the jobs we already have planned before winter. In addition, although we've put the foundation on hold, we've let the building site get pretty overgrown, so we'll need to take care of that as well. So today we are going to start working on the outhouse. Al's going to take a little bit of a break from the path to teach me how to do some plumbing. So we have quite a few items on our to-do list as far as what we need to do to call that job done, but it's all relatively easy, so I don't think it'll take us too long. And then we'll have a fully functioning outhouse for the fall camping on the property.
No. Like that was straight this way. You want it like you don't want like if you see that the space is getting bigger as you come out from the bit.
Yeah.
Like just between here and here, then you know you're at a bad angle.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Now go. Okay, just go slow. Keep going. It's gonna want to pull right through. Okay, hold on. Let me look from the other side. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Now, put it in reverse. The little button on the side. That's yeah. Now pull back. Now you come on out. Scoring it around the middle. Yeah, that's it. You just want to feel a little resistance, and then a little bit, and around, and a little bit. Just add, rinse, repeat, and eventually you'll cut through. There you go. You're a champ.
Yay.
Now, those are just scrap now. You just pull it out a bit and give it a twist. Is that lefty loosey? Yeah. Yeah, you should feel a bunch of resistance. There you go. Perfect. So that's nice and clean. A little bit over, like just like there and clean there. Pretty where the joint meets up. Oh, there you go. Now, don't touch it at the bottom. Okay. Touch it at the top on the other side. Yeah.
They go all the way
and you
around?
see it? Not yet. You got to go to the other side now. Like switch your spot and go to the other side. Right, eating it. There you go. Now see the drip that's formed at the bottom? You're done. See that?
Wake me up, I'm getting tired of sleeping. Think I've had enough. I've been gone but haven't done much healing. It's pretty clear to me. Kinda strange how I can take a beating from my better self. It's like no one else even really scratches the surface. Cause nobody gets me. I'm looking for faith, looking for love in every direction. I'm looking for someone to show me the way when my map is torn up. Give me a light when my torch is blown out. Let me escape from my hideaway. I give up all of my little addictions, but I'm still stuck with some tough decisions, yeah. Now I'm up against the wall, and I'm looking for your attention. Wide awake and I'm just scared away for a better chance at a great romance, and I'm just not getting any braver. Cause nobody gets me. I'm looking for faith, looking for love in every direction. I'm looking for someone to show me the way when my map is torn up. Give me a light when my torch is blown out. Let me escape from my hideaway. I give up all of my little addictions, but I'm still stuck with some tough decisions, yeah. Now I'm up against the wall, and I'm looking for your attention. I give up all of my little addictions, but I'm still stuck with some tough decisions, yeah. Now I'm up